Stand locking a little better. All right, first things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. Looking for music playing in the background on my PC. All right, so the cinematic projection screen paint. Do we consider it to be a scam? Yes, we do. Why? We tested this stuff. We had it, tested it, and it didn't do well in any of the tests. As a matter of fact, we have it here in the office. Where is the can right here? Because Jerville is here. No treat today. Know the rules. Do stuff, you don't get treats. That's how it works. You don't get treats. You do stuff like that. All right, so is it a scam paint? Yeah, it is a scam paint because we have it here. We have something called a refusal. So refusal is basically that product right there. It's the same thing. They're both the same thing. We did testing against the Cinemax, Hypermix, and all that stuff. So questions we need to ask Fernando. That's why the mic is open. Questions we need to ask you about your product. You're missing a ton of specifications. I just got finished doing specifications for the gamer paint, and we literally maxed out at 8,000 as always. We always max out at 8,000 on there, easy. But anyway, there's a lot of information missing. All right, so enhancement your home and theater experience with Crow's projection screen mixes. Let's see, designed to provide an exceptional visual treat. I would not say that it would give you that at all, period. So over here, we're going to set up, my mouse didn't just trigger, the keyboard didn't trigger all that off. We're going to set up a screen that is that product. And if Fernando feels that the demonstration we're about to do is complete bogus, he should have no problem making the mixture himself. Also, too, what is the color of it? Because, again, we have requested what is the color of the product, and we haven't received anything back. What color is it? Because you have to make sure you're getting what you're getting. You don't know what color the screen paint is. It can be dark gray, it can be light gray, it can be a number of things. What shade of gray is it? There's nothing there. We're filing an initial complaint with eBay on poor description on the product because there are a number of things that are missing. And of course, I have my own business and I have a license and all that stuff, so I can prove my business is legit. But yeah, there's stuff missing out of there. So he's going to have to go back and rewrite that because there is distance throw missing, contrast, there's nothing about color, what's the gain of it, there's nothing there. There is only one picture, there's nothing there. So what's going to happen is eBay is going to pull his listing down until he can basically provide more information on the product because there's so much stuff missing there. Let me get this projector right here. Now, we sent some paint to his address, but of course, those of you who know about it, the paint got sent back. It was a mixture we made with $11 worth of hobby paint. He wants $75 for this product. And nowhere near it's worth $75 for this product. Let me set up my QE2 projector over here. What we have here is we have his product painted on this surface. And in the center, we have our new technology, which is the Apex Gamer. Actually, I'm doing a much bigger screen than that for another demonstration we have to do. No request for gray screen. This is pretty much on different forum sites we do this at, showing you that all gray screens will have this issue with our product. Where is, oh, I need these. This is something we don't need. So, Fernando, the mic is open. Again, be professional. Don't come here carrying on. Don't come here with fake accounts. We know your accounts are fake when you come in. Don't come here using my picture at the end of the day because that makes you look bad for business. Again, this is the reason why companies don't touch you. Companies are well aware of Fernando and in his activities. They won't touch him. He won't get contracts, nothing whatsoever, because he's bad business. He'll mess around and get a company sued. Especially when your docs and addresses on your website. That's the reason why he lost the website. Let me see. Broke a lot of Wix policies that you cannot do. Okay, so we're missing. We got enhancement. This is a summary. Literally, this is a summary. And he didn't write this. Somebody else wrote this. Let me see. Enhancement for your home experience with Crow's projection screen paint mixes designed to provide an exceptional visual treat. Okay, not that I say from the customer who basically was showing up the soccer game, I would not consider that to be a treat. That's definitely not a treat at all, period. Now, I feel that since you made this free mix at the end of the day, that you should make it yourself and you should put it against your product live, YouTube Live, so we can see the difference between the two. Now, mind, we've already sent it up to you. You denied it, waste of time because you couldn't back up your own product. But since you do make this product, put it against this product. Because if you're saying they're the same, then technically you have nothing here saying what color this product actually is. So what color is it? Because there's nothing. Is it light gray, mid gray? What is it? Soft gray? What is it? What do you got there? There's nothing there. Let's see. Visual treat. Crafted for optimizing viewing. The screen coating ensures a seamless and consistent image. No, you don't. You can't pick up contrast on this thing. So that'd be a number of various of problems. Idea for movie. No, it's not going to work for movies. Movies require heavy contrast levels. Because if you're watching Darth Vader pops up. Darth Vader's his armor is what color? It's black. It's not gray. So no, it wouldn't work. Tron? No, not going to work for that. Anything involving black. It doesn't even work for gaming applications. We know we got it sitting right here on the desk. Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to be sending my videos and tests over to eBay. Let me see. And mind you, the product we're making was a Metallica Mix 2.0. Is it 2.0? Heck no, it's not a 2.0 game. Let's see. For casual viewers alike. Screen blend of a quality and durable is perfect match for a home theater. No. I built a dedicated theater room. Your stuff didn't even work in there. And I built one, literally. So no, it didn't work in there at all, period. Whether you're setting up for a permanent home theater or looking for reversible solutions for media presentation, no. Heck no. For no media presentations are done in commercial environments, like the one I'm sitting in right now. You're stuck with surviving here at all, period. No, that's a lie. Mind you, we get you in court on this, it's $50,000 or anything that we question you on it, you can't back up under fraud. So Fernando's being taken to court. His business is being taken to court. Because in his description he has here, we have a lot of lies in it. We're going to label out how many lies we have in here. It's going to cost him $50,000 per each question we give him that he can't answer correctly. That's considered per violation and close to 20 years in jail. Or 10 to 20 years in jail. So let me see what we have here. I'll be sending you a letter on this. Let's see. Theater experience solution, projector, screen from home theater brands. No. Reliable choice to achieving a truly immersive viewing. No, you're not. No. You can't pick that up. And then at the bottom, don't get scammed over counter cinema paint. We put your stuff against our paint. We crush your product every day. I'm crushing your product right now. Your stuff does not work. I've been crushing your product since the day you started showing this stuff. We've been crushing your stuff. It doesn't work. It's house paint. You're going to sit there and say it's cinematic. It's not house paint. We literally all watched that one go down. Literally, it's on the blacklist for everybody to watch. Your paint matching house paint. You did it with the personal mix that matched also too. The Hyperint matches the same thing. The Hyperint matched Network Grade 773. All of them did easily. So no, this is all scam. Now we're missing a lot of stuff here. What type of projectors are we using on this? You don't even have ultra short throw, and you have an ultra short throw. I'm going to copy and paste this whole entire thing and stick it on a form site. Where is the rest of your specifications? Where is first color's missing? What's the color of this? There's no color. Everybody can go log on to it. I'll put the link. We can go see where the product is at. What color is it? We can't go by what he said. He changed the color. Remember, the Frankenstein was dark one point and then it was light another point. We actually caught him. This is why he had filed against him, because he went in and changed shopping carts at the last minute. We even have fake shopping carts like a Black Frankenstein. Everybody ever seen a Black Frankenstein before? We actually have one. The receipt we paid for $85. We can pull that up with no problem. So, question: what color is it? So you don't know what you're getting. Is there any tests on gray versus grays? If you see if this stuff matches house paint, you do have a habit of actually matching house paint. Anything like that? What's the distance throw deterioration at 15 to 16 feet back? So if we're dropping a projector back at 15 to 16 feet back, is it going to show a difference between that and ultra short throw? So the problem we have is when you show ultra short throw all the time, your distance throw is pretty much not even there. When you do a long throw in a fully lit environment, you run the risk of actually losing more of the picture quality, because the longer distance throw means the picture would deteriorate much faster than a projector that's sitting at a foot. Boy, you would not make it in a form site. You know, it probably doesn't know half the stuff I'm saying right now. What type of rollers are we using to apply this down? Some people may go with foam rollers that could maybe damage the screen, leave imprints or streaks on the screen. What type of paint sprayer are we using in this demonstration? You can say all paint sprayers, particular type of paint sprayers. And if you are using paint sprayers, is the room has to be ventilation? You have to show that in the day they must wear masking and glasses. Is it VOC friendly? Is it eco-friendly? What is the basically proper instructions about cleaning this stuff up? It's going to require mild soaps. It's going to require harsh soaps. It's going to be hot water. It's going to be warm water. You have the caution here saying that basically keep out of the reach of children and pets. That's not there. Also missing, what is the shelf life on this product? So if I have the shelf product sitting on my shelf for a couple of months or whatever, well, how long does it take before it starts to deteriorate? Basically, storage. So you don't have storage. How are we storing this? We don't want to put this next to a heat or anything. It could be flammable. Do you have it in proper room temperature? That's not even there. So there's a lot. So what about surface? What are we painting it to? Can we paint it to glass, fiberglass, wood, all that, sheetrock, whatever you want to say. You don't have anything there. So what are we painting this on? Well, it just has nothing here for motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens. You have nothing there saying that if it's weatherproof. So there's nothing other outdoor demonstrations or basically saying that the product can be used outdoor. If you do have it for outdoor, what time of the day does the screen trigger off? You got to have a customer may bring that screen up there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and it might not pour at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, but you don't have it there saying so. It's not there at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Also, too, one of the biggest fallbacks, well, not fallbacks, with eBay, with their shipping policy, you can add in to your own shipping policy, or you can use their basic shipping policy, which basically just has da-da-da-da-da-da. But the problem you have here is the fact that if someone decides to go outside eBay and PayPal, they can take you to court and they can hit you where it hurts, because they can basically override eBay and PayPal in court, in small claims court. So basically you're responsible for acts of God, because it doesn't say there in your shipping policy. It just says no returns at all on the product. No returns at all, period. Not eco exchange, not ship back policy, nothing, no returns. Look it up for yourself. But eBay has next to theirs buyer protection, because you have a buyer protection policy on yours to get your money back. So like I said, if an act of God pops up, they can, eBay may let you win that, but in court you would win it easily, because again, he doesn't have it there, which means he's responsible for any act of God. If a snowstorm pops up and say the truck, or they delay the packages at the hub, you don't get it, you got an important date coming up, you need the screen paint, you can sue him for it. That's why we have an act of God policy. She doesn't know what he's doing on here. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff missing off of here. This is specification sheets we just put in for ours. We literally went over. We're 8,000. We do 8,000 easy. That's the new gamer technology we're working on right now. Let me show you the specification sheet you have to have here. Mind you, specification sheets are designed around testing. So your product has to be tested. Fernando, does your product have any form of guarantee it's going to work? Do I have a guarantee that stuff is not going to match house paint? Do I have a guarantee it's going to be to pull up in a fully lit environment? Oh, another thing's missing. What's the gain on it? You don't have no 2.0, no 1.0, no 0.1, no ambient light rejection. You don't have anything on there. So it's designed to fail. It's designed to basically fail. What's going to happen is customers are going to get there. There's nothing in the specification sheet telling them anything. They're going to turn their lights on. The screen's going to fail. They're going to find that their colors don't pick up, the screen's going to fail. They have no contrast level, the screen's going to fail. They don't even work with ultra short throws. It doesn't work with anything. We've been testing ourselves on this stuff. So what's going to happen is either two things. Either going to take them to PayPal. They'll win either way. On PayPal, they're not going to honor his agreement. Or they're going to take it to small claims court and get it for 12 grand or 11 grand or whatever you have in your state. Now, Fernando, if you don't want to answer my questions here, I'll go straight to your chat right on there in Messenger, and I'll basically answer those questions there. That way there's a copy of it that eBay can see on the other end, that we're asking you these particular questions, which means I can get your account shut down very easily, because I'm asking you questions that you should definitely know as a screen paint maker, and I, having a company, being licensed at the end of the day, and can back my company up much better than yours. I'm basing you asking you basic questions that you can't answer back, and eBay's not going to tolerate having products up there that you can't back up. You'll have to remove them. So, anything I send to you, they'll see it. They'll see a copy of it. Ask you basic, simple questions. Now, if you rant back, carry on, act up, they're going to see that too. What happened was how Fernando got his first account dropped was because when we came in to buy the product, he was hiking up the price. eBay saw that. They saw the price fluctuate. It went from this, it always just started fluctuating because he was jumping the price trying to keep us from buying the product from him. And he got his account hit for that because, again, it showed that he was gouging, price gouging, and that's why they removed it. So keep in mind, if you're on eBay, they got full access to all your conversations because it's a part of their whole network. All right, let me see what we got going on here. We got 32 ounces. That's the one we put in first. So, this is our specification sheet. As you can see, it's quite huge. And that's the way it's supposed to be. So right here, let's see what we have here. Huge, massive specification sheets. And we still got to put links in. We got links coming in pretty soon. Because you're supposed to have links in there. Now, as I said before, Jamie, we're going to challenge you in court pretty soon. So we got free worldwide shipping. Yeah, let me see. He can't charge for free worldwide shipping. You know why? Because shipping on a box like a medium would cost him his entire pay. They run about $70 $70 you would pay for a medium-sized box. If you were shipping this by mail, it would cost you about $40. So he can't ship overseas. Let's see, unless he's going to charge you $70 for a surcharge. Free LED lights, of course. Can't do that. That costs him way too much money. And he doesn't have a business tax wholesale license, so he can't get those for cheap. Black versus black tests, which are going in today. And this is the page. We're going to have the entire page of showing all our testing, which he doesn't have any testing on his body, period. Gaming demonstrations, those have been completed. We got Ultra Shirt, those we did today. Let's see, batch number verification, which you have all that. We can show videos on our batch number verification. Let me see. Here we go. So, this is how it's supposed to be set up. Showcase, which I have a showcase we're going to be putting in pretty soon. But we have name of the product, which is called the IOE Ultimate Apex Gamer Complete. Color, Cosmo Black. That's what we have it called. 32 ounces paints up to 100 to 150 inch, 16.9. Yours does 120 inch. You don't know exactly how far your screen paints span because you never did the test demonstration, which means you have to have a 150 inch screen to do that one, and other screens so forth to equal up to whatever you're going to, what size you're going to have. Game, which is called IOEG, Infusion Light Energy Game, which we show tons of demonstrations of this product operating in the office and environment at 24,000 lumens, which is quite brighter than most people's apartments. It's super bright in here. Tell me, ask a question. When you turn your apartment lights on, does your skin heat up? Do you get headaches and all that? Yeah, you're under 24,000 lumens of light. It's a different story. Let me see. Ultra Short Though compatible. All our stuff is Ultra Short Though compatible. That's the easiest demonstration to do on the face of the planet. You're literally kissing a screen. How hard can that actually be? I had people say, but it's Ultra Short Though is the easiest demonstration in the world. You're literally sitting on top of a screen. Try to distance through in a fully lit environment. That's a whole nother story right there. All right, let's see. You have to put down what type of projection screen paint is this. Is it rear projection? Is it front projection? If it's front projection, you put down front projection only. Please do not paint over rear projection screens and inflatable projection screens or acoustic screens. Yes, so you have to know this. What would happen? What's the damaging effect if you paint over an acoustic screen? Now, say if your paint's a little bit thicker, you could basically clog every single hole on the acoustic screen and damage the screen, where basically just muffles so the sound pushing through crystal clear. As I told you before, when it comes to inflatable screens have a special surface that is very temperamental, and if you fold this up, it could marry to the surface, and you could end up having your screen stuck together. That can be a number of problems you could have right there. So inflatable screens. Rear projection. Got to state whether it's the rear projection screen, because if somebody thinks that they can paint this on a piece of plexiglass, they could damage the plexiglass with no light transfer through. So you have to have that there. One coat application, which we show in our demonstrations, no harder to understand instructions. Class category. What is the class category of your product? You don't know that one. You don't know what a class category is, so forget that. Moving on. ADV colors, which stands for Advanced Color for Gaming, Movie, Sports. We showed that with our technology over there. Multiple test demonstrations completed on that one. White heightener level 2, which we showed in the demonstrations. Sort of surface versus white paper. And white certified screens versus our technology. Easy pass. Ultra pure black contrast levels, Infinity 2 contrast level. You guys can't say that because you can't produce black. So you can't do that. What's the viewing angle on your technology? Ours is a 180-degree viewing angle from all sides. That's when I walk around the screen. I take the camera, I go from top to bottom. I can pick up from any angle inside and outside without a problem. Now, this is an area you have to be to cover. When you go to pico projectors, like the one behind me, what is the minimum lumen count that can be used on a pico projector, and how many feet from the screen can the screen projector actually operate? You don't have that there. So what if a person gets a pico projector and they try to blow it up roughly about 120 inches and try to do this in a fully lit environment on a gray screen paint? This will not work at all, period. So it's not there at all. It doesn't have it there. What time of the day can you operate a pico projector if you're using it outside? We use them outside all the time. We know what type of day we can use for that screen and this screen. All right, let me see. Please note that pico projectors must be name brand, which is very important. We have for us because we're developing black technology. Our projector screen paint doesn't work on all that. Let's see. You must have statements here, basically backing your products. And please note, due to darker screen, that the white levels will slightly drop, but never to the point where the screen becomes unwatchable due to oversaturation contrast levels. Test demonstrations will be posted here. We've done those tests already, showing our white levels. Fully weatherproof. So basically, weatherproof, you have to know if your product's going to crack, peel. Temperatures can trigger screens off the crack and peel. You don't have any of that information there. Fully weatherproof, non-cracking or peeling, will not fade in direct sunlight. Nothing there. Do not use in direct sunlight. Let me see. We have right here, compatibility with 720p, 1080p, 4K. That's also missing. Let's see. Works with projector mapping application. He doesn't know that technology. It doesn't work. Projector mapping doesn't work on gray screens. And we don't even know what color the screen is. He doesn't have no description of what it is. Let's see. Projection type. This is not a physical projection screen, which is a must. You have to put down whether it's a physical or a screen paint projection screen. Mind you, customer may not ever saw your videos. They've never seen your videos ever before. And if they've never seen your videos before, they can come to the conclusion that your screen is actually physical and basically expect to get a physical screen when they're actually getting a screen paint. So that must be stated there. Let's see. Low VOC and eco-friendly, which we know that it's basically low VOC is very healthy. I'm not saying healthy, but at the end of the day, it's not going to kill you. At the end of the day, I wouldn't go and breathing it in all day. It wouldn't do that. But it's not going to harm you in any way whatsoever. Mind you, the benefit of me having lung disease is my nose and my lungs and stuff are very sensitive to strong pungent formulas or smells, and it would trigger me off completely. So no, don't have to worry about that. If I can use it, you can use it. Let's see right here. Easy to clean with warm water and mild soaps, so no harsh soaps. I clean off the table multiple times by just using water and cold water. Our paint, our screen paint, well, we got this right down twice. Our screen paints are, yeah, completely water-based. You have to tell what base it is, because again, someone's going to contact you and want to put it to a paint spray, and this stuff can be oil, it could be water-based. You want to make sure what it is. It's not even there. No calibrated needed. No expensive projectors needed. No insane instructions, of course. Tested against performance certified screens, producing a superior contrast level and better color levels. SL screens, daylight screens, so forth. We have daylight screen, SL screens we're actually working on. We have that there. If we don't get their screen, we have to remove them out of there because we can't have them in there unless we've actually done that test. Let's see. Storage information. 5-year shelf life. If the product is, let's make sure we get this right because I got to go back and clean all this up. 5-year shelf life if the product is sealed properly, okay, perfectly. Storage in a room temperature environment. Now that has to be put up there. Because say if a customer basically puts this in an area where it's cold, this could cause the paint to coagulate and basically become kind of a gel-like form, or if they stick it next to a heater and fear that it may freeze, it can burst into flames. You can have some problems on your hands. Surface information: wood, glass, drywall, PVC, vinyl, canvas, brick, fabric, plexiglass, cardboard, styrofoam, which we've done styrofoam projection screens in the past, sheet metal, motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens. Do not paint polyester tarps or stucco surfaces. We don't do polyester because we tested that. Polyester, it slides right off the screen when it gets wet. It doesn't go well, and also too marries to the vinyl surface with no problem. You don't want that. And stucco, again, you just don't want to do stucco. We have here paint rollers recommended. 9-inch paint rollers or nap paint rollers. Do not use foam paint rollers or brushes to paint the screen. This will damage the screen's paint down application. So again, that has to be put in there. What if the customer decides to use a paintbrush on the screen? That's why you have to entertain all of it. You have to entertain all of it. Because if say if he hits the brush with a paintbrush and he damages it and he comes back to you and say, hey, look, you don't have anything there telling me I can't use a paintbrush, so that's why I use a paintbrush. Let me see right here. When using a paint sprayer, any paint sprayer will do. Remember to wear safety glasses and a mask and work in well-ventilated areas. Our projector screen paints are water-based and do not give off odor. Gotta have that in there, very important. Somebody could accuse you of something that's not true. We can say, hey, I painted stuff in, I got sick, I ended up in the hospital. Yeah, you could get sued for something that you didn't even do. So you want to make sure you have that down there. Easy and fast, no instructions needed. We have that right there, demonstration coming up for that, which we already did. Please note when painting fabric, we do advise you to prime the surface twice. Why? This allows you to have an even coating to the surface without the screen absorbing too much and leaving an uneven blotchy surface. We've done dozens of fabric, canvas, screens, you name it, we've done it. And the reason why we apply 2 coats to everyday paint, it doesn't make a difference what kind of paint it is, as long as it absorbs, because you want to make sure that the surface can't absorb anymore, and only your surface can absorb, which means, well, now you don't want your surface to absorb. If you use our paint first, you could have the screen just absorb too much, that surface, and you can have blotty areas all in the screen where some absorb less, some absorb more. When we do the coating application, it makes sure that the screen can't absorb anymore. And if it can't absorb anymore, it means you will use less paint trying to put the application down. Much like a sponge. When you first put a sponge on the water, it's going to absorb a ton of that. And if you keep running it, it can't absorb anymore. Let me see right here. So we learned that from doing demonstrations. Let's see. We see without the surface absorbing too much and leaving you uneven and blotchy surface. Our new professional black projector screen paint will make your projector investment look absolutely incredible, even when using basic 0720p projectors, which we use in a lot of our demonstrations. And then we got projector supports. Sorry, we only support the projectors listed below. So if you see right here, if anybody comes and say, hey, I got this projector called the Kahoo, and the Kahoo didn't work, and our screen paint didn't pick up, and you feel the need, you want to file a complaint against us or go do a chargeback on us, because we were saying that we have it here listed, right here, what we support and what we don't support. These are the name of the projectors we only support only. If it's not up here, don't buy it. Don't buy our screen paint. No, we didn't ask for all that. Don't buy our screen paint. We don't need all that. All right, let me see. No, something hit on my phone. We don't need to answer me some questions. We don't need all that. Let's see. Penalties for violation. So we decided to bring It depends. We're going to have to go in here and update this a little bit better. So violations for a batch number, if you will probably be roughly 12,000 for batch number or higher, including legal fees. This is higher legal fees, depending on the problem that we may have from you. Hopefully, people know how to act right. Keep out of reach of pets and children, which should be on there. Now, mind you, all that is supposed to be here, but on his product, what he has here, all that's missing. So we can literally bring him to court on that specification because there's nothing there. There's not even a color of the paint. There's nothing there. So what we're going to do is we're going to contact eBay, show them our specification sheet, and show them that this is what's missing off here. It's missing a ton of information, and his site he has on eBay, it's misleading, because it is. It's misleading. What color is it? You can't even tell me what color that stuff is at all. There's no contrast, there's nothing about color, there's nothing there. Just misleading. Let me see, where's my controller? All right, so what we have here is the product. That's it right there. So we got a product called the Metallica Mix 2.0. In the demonstration, we made the product, which shows us how to make this free screen paint mixture. And in the mixture, we noticed that it doesn't do anything at all, period. That we can't maintain contrast levels, we don't pick up colors, images come up looking poor. As you can see, the PlayStation right now is not picking up this beautiful blue background, which is not coming up. Let's go over here and switch over here. Grab ourselves over here. Boom, 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 boom. Switch users. There you go. That's a basic, simple question. What I'm asking you, and I'm pretty sure we're not going to get any answers back. So if we don't get any answers back, we'll just contact eBay and file a complaint against this eBay account. So the fact that we had multiple cancellations for these products. We'll go back to the beginning. Now, you said the product had an experience for a home theater experience. Let me see. You said that mixes was designed to provide an exceptional visual treat. This is not a visual treat, man. This is a screen that's completely washed out. Mind you, I don't have full lighting on here yet. So that's missing. Now, if you're going to say this is not your product we have here, if you're saying it's not going to match your product, two things I need you to do. One, what color is this stuff? We need to know the color of it, because we don't want you to come in and make it darker and then move the light stuff against it. No. What color is this product at the end of the day? And if you're going to make it darker, then we got a series of tests for you to do, especially involving black technology that you're going to have to do. Even gunmetal has to go through screen testing, which if you're calling yourself gunmetal, I got 30 or 40 gunmetal screens that you need to start buying to make sure your stuff actually works exactly like theirs or better, which you can't because your stuff doesn't operate in fully lit environments. So first, what color is this stuff? Second, we got to see some demonstrations on this stuff versus that free house paint mix, because again, like all those customers that got ripped off on the Cinemax and the personal mix, those guys had a hard time getting their money back because Fernando made these statements that he wasn't going to give them back their money. So we got no proof this stuff is going to work. What's the guarantee it's going to work? So this is the complaint I got to make the paper to eBay on Monday morning. We need more information on this. So you're going to have to provide more information than this. Now my projector is a QME2 720p 300 lumens, and it has a 10,000 to 1 contrast on it, and it doesn't read on the gray screen. Also disturbing that all the other people are selling screen paint, their specification sheets are much larger than his. On top of that, consider the fact that they have multiple pictures on there showing the product, and he doesn't have anything on there. Just one picture. That's it. And that's why he's posted no returns. You can get your money back. Easy. And if you were to buy it, I have no idea why anybody would buy this stuff to begin with. You're going to be stuck with that. You seen that customer and the guy on the roof with the Batman? Oh, horrible. Oh, look at the church screens washed out. The guy at some kind of school or whatever it was they had to turn out the lights near the front of the screen because it kept fading out the colors. Nothing but everyday house paint. And the stuff we shipped to him cost me $11. There's no way in the world I'm going to pay $75 for that stuff. Not worth $75. Let's get real quick. Let me see. LG 4K demonstrations. But nothing reads on this stuff. No contrast, nothing picks up. I think he heard us say that we could take out all of eBay, which we can. And I think he thought he put his product up there to think that, James, this is why I believe at the end of the day that you have something wrong with your brain. I do. I believe you have some kind of forget it memory or whatever. Do you know we've been crushing you ever since you brought this stuff out? I've got tons of demonstrations on my account of unboxings of your products, cancellations, removal of websites, removal of eBay listings, cancellations on my eBay account over here. We've been through this before. But I thought you probably thought that if I come on here on my channel, we could take you out easy. Now I can make your own stuff and send it back to you, which I did. Using your own instructions, I made your own stuff and literally sent it back to you. And you sent it back to me. This is it right here. And you literally got a video and the thumbnail showing you how to make it. And you're going to try to sell it? Oh, come on. You can't be that naive at the end of the day. Your listing is going to disappear. I'm going to make a phone call to eBay. I have their number for legal. I'm going to reach out to them and I'm going to put a complaint against your listing here because you're missing a ton of specifications that are not there. Now, as a consumer, if I were to buy that stuff, I have no idea what the freak I'm buying. What color is it? And your cans are metal cans, so I can't really tell what color it is by inside your cans. So eBay is going to request for him to basically put in more information, which he does not have. And any information you put in there, Fernando, if you can see this one coming, because I can see it coming, would be considered to be what you have now is a violation right now in federal court for, consumer fraud. So if you were to add anything in there extra to try to beat that up on something you've never tested a product on, we can get you for more time. We got you painted into a corner very easily. So if he goes in and eBay content, look, you need more content in there because there's not enough in there at all, period. You're missing this, missing that, so forth. And check the other people. See if they had, he might steal their specifications. You know, if they're stealing people's stuff. Yeah, you better not do that. That'll get him, it'll get his account banned. But anyway, yeah, he'll have to put more information in there. What's he going to say? He's going to lie and put stuff in there that's not true? So that means we get you. So you better figure it out. And if you don't get it up there in time, eBay will drop its listing. This means you can't scam anybody. Now, just in case you're on your account screaming and ranting our products are fake, that's what that letter's for, Fernando. Now, you can't be on your YouTube channel talking all this trash about my company, saying our products don't work, and you get a certified letter that comes to your front door telling you to sign to back up everything you said in court. How is that going to look if you don't sign that letter? And Matrix has just been duplicating stuff off your account left and right. We've been seeing all kinds of videos of you making false statements about our products. So you're just going to skip the letter? I told you, don't skip that letter when it gets there. Sign it, come over to PA. Let's get it done. If you skip that letter, it is going to be an absolute nightmare. These process servers I'm hiring, they're no joke. They're not the ones to play around with. They'll be on your property every single day. In the morning, afternoon, night, they'll sit outside and they will watch you with a telescopic lens to see who comes out of that unit. And you can't say it's harassment. It's not. It's from the courts. You made a statement about my company saying that our products don't work. So we'll challenge you in court. That's not harassment, Jamie. It's called justice. So you figure it out. Until then, that stuff is a scam. There's nothing on there explaining what that product is. It's just a summary. That's basically about it. It doesn't even have what screen size you're going to even get. That's not even there. Where's the screen size at? No screen size. No gain. There's nothing there. You have nothing there. It's a summary. So you're missing a lot of information on it. So what eBay is going to have to do is, until he fixes that problem, he might have to shut his site down for a little bit. Can't anybody go in and get ripped off? Till then, Jamie, this is your product. Matter of fact, not only is your product, it's your product for all your lightweight paints, because that was the agreement. We sent the product to your front door. We told you that we were challenging you in court because we know that you made other products that all look the same. They all do the same thing. Nothing special about them. And all you had to do was go in and do a demonstration showing us we were wrong. And we never got the paint sent back to us because he could not back it up. So with that being said, that means that all your products are what we said they were. They're all just basically black and white paint. Nothing special. Nothing special at all. Here we are at partial lighting in here. Oh, yeah, and have it fully lit in here. God forbid if we had a light on the desk. That screen would have definitely disappeared. Now he said, what did he say? He said we're supposed to be getting a enhancement for your home theater. I don't see it happening, buddy. Maybe we spend more money for an expensive projector. Maybe we can get it to work. No, I ain't spending more money for an expensive projector. I shouldn't have to go through that. Why should I have to go through spending the money for an expensive projector? Hey, there's a trailer for Tron. Do you want to keep this video under an hour? I'm going to show off real quick. And then we'll do another demonstration on does his product, it works for movies. He said movie theater experience, right? I don't think so. So I can see the fruit we have spinning with the black background. It's not picking up. Reds are washed out on the, well, I can't call it a 2.0, but I guess that's what he calls it. 2.0 Cinemax. Not Cinemax. What's this? The can't think of this mix. Metallica mix. Yeah. Now he may say that the hybrid mix. No, I've seen the hybrid mix. I saw a demonstration. We did the hybrid mix, and he did another product together, and they both matched. Well, I'm asking you a simple question, buddy. Look, you can come in with fake accounts all you want, but I'm explaining some to you. I asked you a question. Let's come over here and let's look at your product here. Now, if you can't answer these questions correctly, what's going to happen is, Fernando, remember that process surfer that was beating on your door the first time? We're going to take you to court. And in that courtroom, if we get you here in Pennsylvania, which you'll have to be here, keep in mind we can have you arrested on the spot. So, question. Either you fix this, you contact eBay, we get your listing removed. What is the color of your paint? Now, mind you, When you come in here with fake accounts and you're carrying on like this, it just shows the customers at the end of the day that you're not a serious person about what you do. This is Fernando with another fake account. So I'm gonna ask you a simple question. What is the color of the paint? Let me pause this right here. We know this is going to be broadcasted on different sites. Again, what's the color of the paint? All right, let's pull up his channel real quick. Let me see. So we're going to have to go to his eBay listing. We have to go in there and basically talk to him directly, because he does not want to talk to us here. All right, buddy. You want to use fake accounts, and fake accounts don't bother us in the day. You're exposing yourself. I ask you a simple question. What is the color of your paint? We don't have a color here. What's the color of it? So as you can see, Jaime Fernando Gonzalez has come into our channel with a fake account under Vicky Plus Gamer, whatever. And using, again, this is his account right here. With another fake account. These are multiple fake accounts. He can't tell us what is the color of the paint. We've asked him multiple times. He refuses to tell us. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another live demonstration. We're going to come right to your eBay account. Now, mind you, everything we ask you in the eBay account, eBay will have a copy of what we asked you. If you don't reply back, then what's going to happen is we'll contact eBay, show them the transcripts, get your account removed. Mind you, everything we have on here, we have it duplicated, showing that you did have an eBay listing for quite a few days. You were trying to collect money from people, that you did not basically give off proper specifications on the product. And from our research on the product, we found it's nothing more than just a glorified house paint, which means we're going to take you to court for consumer fraud. So either way, Jamie, you're coming out of that apartment, whether you like it or not. So again, question, what color is the paint? As you can see, Fernando cannot answer the question. All right, let's go pop over to his, whatchamacallit. Let me see if we can talk to them directly. Where is this account? Right here. Search for questions. We can ask him. Contact the seller. Okay. So, yes, contact seller. I have a question. Here we go. Perfect. And I want to send a copy to my eBay account, of course. Let me see. So we're going to be reaching out to Jamie right now, ask him some questions about the product. Let's see. Hello. What color is paint mix? And I want to ask, what shade of gray is it? Second, what is the gain on your mix? Mix. And let's see. Does your screen paint produce 100% contrast? Does your screen paint produce 100% contrast levels? Okay. Next question, how many lumens? Next question, how many lumens will be required for outdoor use, and what time of the day can I use it? Next question, how many lumens? No, lumens. New. So that. there? No, this is behind it. And the other thing, lumens. Excuse me. Next question, how many lumens will be required for outdoor use and what time can I use it? There we go. Let's see, required for outdoor use and what time can I use it? Let's see. Also, I need to know what is the minimum lumen count for requirements for indoor use. Also, I need to know what is the minimum requirement for your required count to the minimum required, not account. Sheesh. Seriously? Minimum for. Also, I need to know what is the minimum requirements. Minimum requirements for indoor use. I'm just going to go back. Requirements. Also, I need to know what is the minimum requirement for indoor use. Use. Including commercial properties. No, this is basic questions you should have on the door. Third question. Wondering if the product has to be used in a dark environment and will calibrate it when needed. Wondering if the product has to be used in a dark environment and will calibrating be needed. Calibrating. Since I gave you the opportunity to answer the questions correctly here, you felt they need to come with a fake account, carry on. So I'm going to answer you directly to your account now. Now, eBay will get a copy, and I will keep a copy to myself of this conversation. Also, a copy has been sent to my eBay account. All right, let me see. Need it. Need it. Do you have a guarantee that this product is not going to match everyday household paints? Do you have a guarantee that this product is not going to match everyday gray household paints? Do you have a guarantee that this product is not going to match everyday household grade paints or any other fabric materials that are gray? any other fabric materials that are gray. Most important, can you show test demonstrations tested on the product before the product was sold? Can you show test demonstrations tested on the product before it was sold? On the topics of outside demonstrations, fully lit environments, and matching against gray paint products and fabrics. On the topic of outside demonstrations, outside and inside, outside and inside, demonstrations, fully lit with demonstrations, with fully lit environments and matching against and not matching and not matching against gray paint products and fabrics. Nope, that's me. Third question. Question, what is the gain on this product? What is the projector screen paint gain on this product? And is this product is this, and are these screen paints read, and are these screen paints ambient projection technology. It's a simple question. You should know these questions. The question is going to answer in court. Same thing I'm answering here. Same questions I'm going to give to you in courtroom. All right, let me see what we have here. Hello, what color is the screen paint mix? What shade of gray is it? Second, what is the gain on your projection screen paint mix? We already asked that question at the bottom. We don't need that there. Yes, question at the bottom. Second, let me see. Second. Let me see something there. Second, does your screen paint produce 100% contrast level? Especially in fully lit environments. Especially in fully lit environments without controlled environments. Especially in fully lit environments without controlled environments. especially in fully lit environments without light controlled environments. So we're asking for your contrast levels in fully lit environments as we're requesting. You don't have it there, that's why I'm asking those questions. We tested your stuff, it's not going too well. Let me see. Hello, what color is the screen paint mix? What color is the screen paint mix? What shade of gray is it? And second, does your screen paint produce 100% contrast levels? Levels, especially in a fully lit environment without light controlled environments. Next question. How many lumens will be required for outdoor use, and what time of the day can I use it? Also, let me see. Also, I need to know what is the minimum for requirement for indoor use, including commercial properties. Commercial properties, put down fully lit, fully lit commercial properties. Let's see. Wondering. Let me see. Done I was wondering if the product has to be used in a dark environment, and will calibrating be needed. Will calibrating be needed? Not will be needed. Calibrating be needed. Do you have a guarantee that the product? Let me see. A guarantee that the product is not going to match any everyday gray household paints or any other fabric materials that are gray? And can you show tests, demonstrations? Let's see. Can you show test demonstrations tested on the product before the product was sold? I mean, these are questions I'm going to answer in court. The same stuff I'm having here is the same thing I'm going to answer in court. So, same thing. If you can't answer it here, you're going to have a problem in the courtroom before it's sold. On the topic of outside and inside demonstrations in fully lit environments, and not matching against gray paints, products, and fabrics. Third question: what is the projector screen paints gain on this product, and are these screen paints ambient light projection AR? Okay, we got that. Can you do demonstrations YouTube live on the topics that I just discussed? Can you do these demonstrations live on this topic? No, forget it, because you should have these tests already. The reason why I'm asking these questions, because I do not want to get scammed on a product that does not have a guarantee. Now, mind you, Fernando, as I said before, eBay sees this. When I send it over, they'll have a copy of it. They'll see it, the transcript. Now, I gave you the opportunity to come in here and have the conversation with me, but you chose to come in and do this. I don't tolerate that nonsense. So, they'll have a transcript. We'll have a transcript. Courts will have a transcript. Letters coming to your door. Another one's coming. On your eBay listing, want to challenge it in court. Unless you're going to pull your listing down. And if you do that, that shows guilt at the end of the day. Let me see. It's taking this so long to get this done. Demonstrations. Let's stop. Let me see. I'm asking for a guarantee on your product due to the fact I do not want to get scammed on a fraudulent screen paint. I'm asking for a guarantee. Guarantee due to the fact I do not want to get scammed on a screen paint. Scammed on a fraudulent screen paint mix. And I'm going to give you an ultimatum. Also, copy will show up on my list too, also too. I do not want to get scammed on a fraudulent screen paint mix. I am requesting videos on the topics that I've requested. I'm requesting videos on the topics that I've requested. I'm requesting videos on the topics that I've requested on your products. Okay, requested videos on the topics that I requested on your projection screen paint mix. YouTube Live. I'll explain to you why I want them live. So make sure you don't edit anything on it. We want it all live, everything. Now, Fernando, let me explain something to you. In your world, you think if you ignore this, nothing will happen. What happens when you ignore things from me? People come banging on your door. That's what happens, right? You ignore this, someone will come banging on your door. Letters will come to your door asking to challenge your eBay listing in court. When we get you in court, we'll also verify that you do not have a license to sell in the state of California. This will get pretty bad for you now. Your LLC will be pulled up, showing that you committed all kinds of crimes. You don't want to go down this road, trust me. So let's just keep it to this, okay? You explain to me what I just asked you in these questions. It's simple questions. Any customer would know this. Well, not all customers will know this at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, you're looking for customers that don't know much. That's what you want. You want somebody that doesn't know anything, so you can basically just rip them off and then say, hey, you're stuck with it. We can't give you your money back. I think that's a pretty reasonable question, especially if I'm paying $75 for something and it has no return on it. I should get what I paid for. And I don't see anything in the description. I don't see only one picture in there. That's all I see. So again, yeah, you're going to have to entertain this. And again, if you say you're the only one that's going to see between me and you, no. This transcript, the minute I go through, because I've been on eBay for years, they get a copy of the transcript. A copy's already been sent to my account already, the minute I send this off. And I got a copy now already. I'm going to be loaded onto one of these notebooks over here already from the door. So they'll have a copy of the transcript. Any conversations we had, they'll be able to see that conversation. So you're going to have to answer that correctly. If you can't answer that correctly, you're going to have some problems. Not just from eBay, from us, because we're going to sue you in court for fraud. Also, too, I want to add in, let's see, we are requesting for the videos to be done live due to editing. We are requesting the videos to be done live due to people who cheat in editing. And guess who will be watching your live video? My attorneys, and guess what? Mr. Matrix, because his job is to go in and collect that on you. As much information as possible so we can drag you into court and sue you. I won't be in there watching. I got other things to do. I got paid people to do that kind of work. Now, you don't entertain this? Man, it's going to have consequences behind it. Just going to have somebody beating on your door saying, hey, look, we got a court notice here for you to go in court. We're going to come there so many times. Like, man, what the freak did you do to this guy at the end of the day, man? Every time we come down, we had to serve you for something. You must do a lot of dumb stuff. You do a lot of dumb stuff. You do. You're going to be selling some fake screen paint over here. Then you're going to rip off some customer at the end of the day. Not on my watch, you won't. Let me see. And again, if you ever, Fernando, want to sign the document, do so. And we'll see you in PA. Anything you said about me being a scammer and all these things, just sign that document. If you don't, I'll make you sign the document. I'll send process service to your door. You'll have no choice. We'll drag you into a courtroom. You have the option when the letter gets there at free will to come in on your time and be there. Or whatever the court date we set up, you'll be there. We'll give you that free will. Or we can force you, which means because you made these statements about my business that weren't true, I can go to the courts, file a major lawsuit against you and criminal charges for fraud against my business, bring a process server from California to your front door as a lawyer, as a police officer if I can't do it, and bring you into a courtroom by force. Which one you want? Well then, you figure it out. Next time you want to open your mouth and you want to make statements about people's products and try to slander their work, be careful of the consequences that come behind it. So, you'll deal with that. I know you want to act all big and bad and tough on YouTube, but deep down inside, you're scared to death, and we know you are. That big, bad, tough guy on YouTube is not going to help you much longer. So, you know, they're going to be sitting up in a courtroom or someplace far worse if they get their hands on you. Every time we upload one of these, it sends an alert out. Let me see. We are requesting the videos to be done YouTube live, to be done live due to people who cheat in editing. All right, that's perfect. Let me see. Anything else? Okay. The reason for these questions is because your advertisement is lacking serious information on the product, which it is. And if the courts were to ask, well, Mr. Bird, how would you know this? I'm an expert in the field. Anybody want to take me to court on that one? Anybody? Let me see. The reason for these questions is because your advertisement is lacking serious information. We have your product right here. It doesn't work. Now, my QME can't even get that stuff to work, man. So imagine what a customer's going to go through with that mess. Let's see. There we go. And Mr. Fernando, keep in mind, when they go through your PayPal account and any transactions you made to keep this money at, you're going to pay restitution, which means you're going to pay that money back to those customers if you sold any of this stuff. And if you did sell any of this stuff, this comes with very heavy prison time, because again, it shows that you sold a product not knowing, or not, you did, from the door, you sold a product at the end of the day committing a scam, not the proper information needed to sell the item. And you're not a noob. You can't say, oh, I just started my business. This is my first time knowing about that. I don't know. No, you've been here for a while. So that won't help you. Let me see. Let's see. For these reasons, because your advertisement is lacking serious information on the product. And raises high concerns on whether the product can produce what it's designed to do. There we go. And raises high concerns on whether the product can produce what it's designed to do. No. Simple and clean. I told you I was going to answer you some questions, right? I said that, right? Remember, I said I was going to do that, right? All right, then. I back up everything I say. There we go. I'm going to have to pick up some service. I got a giant screen to develop. I got to update my website. I got customers I'm actually talking to over on my different accounts, especially my former site today is interested in our amazing gamer paint, and I'm going to crush your stuff every single day on my gamer paint, including design bigger screens to crush your stuff. Matter of fact, I got a white on white demonstration over there. I just coded. I'm going to crush that too while I'm at it. Showing that the gray screen is not an upgrade. And when I get done crushing you, I plan to go to AVS forums in every single forum site and crush every single topic on gray. I don't care if you're certified. I don't care if you call yourself ambient light rejection. We're going to take the screens out. We'll be number one. And people say, no, we want to be number one. You can't say you're number one unless you can show you're number one. Best of the best. Yeah, right. Look at this hot mess. That's what it should be called. All right, make sure we got this on here. Hello. What color is the screen paint mix? What shade of gray is it? So we don't want to say it's gray. I want to know what type of gray is it. Can't say it's gray. What type of gray is it? Is it mid gray, dark gray, soft gray? What do you got there? Let me see. Second, does your screen paint produce 100% contrast levels, especially in fully lit environments without light controlled environments? Yeah, we don't see that enough, do we? Next question. How many lumens will be required for outdoor use, and what time of day? Because you don't have a time of day. I can be out there 12 o'clock in the afternoon, your screen doesn't work. Then I get mad at you and you can't defend yourself. So you should definitely have that in there. Let me see right there. Next question. How many lumens will be required for indoor use, and what time of day can I use it? Can I use it? So what time of day? Let me see. Bum, 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 bum. Use it about what time of day can I use it? I need to know what is the minimum requirement for indoor use, including fully lit commercial properties, because you don't have that there. I wonder if the product has to be used in a dark environment with calibration. Will calibration be needed? Let me clean this up. Wonder if the product has to be used in a dark environment, and will calibrating be needed? Okay, that's perfect. Do you have a guarantee that the product is not going to match everyday gray house paints or any other fabric materials that are gray? And can you show test demonstrations tested on the product before the product was sold? You can't do that. We already know that. You're going to show products dated on the product before you sold the product, not before you sold it. Let's clean this up. As in post-date videos showing the product being tested before it's sold. We call those nails in the coffin. This particular question they ask, because you can say sold, which means you can say, well, when I recently sold it? No. Before you made the product, what was the date on it? Can you show those dates? There you go. So you have to break it down. And post dated. Let me see, post as in post dated. Post dated videos showing the product being tested before it was sold to any customers. Questions I will be asking you in court. As in posted dated videos showing the product being tested before sold to any customers. On the topics of outside and inside demonstrations with fully lit environments and not matching against any gray paints, products, and fabrics. Third question. What is the projector paint's gain on the product? And are these screen paints ambient light projection as a ALR technology? I'm asking this for a guarantee on your products due to the fact that I do not want to get scammed on a fraudulent screen paint mix. I'm requesting mix, period there. Mix. That's the end of the sentence right there. Period. I'm requesting videos on the topic that I requested on your. Well, we wrote a lot in here, don't we? I told you I like to write stuff, man. I write stuff. And let's see. I'm requested on your projector screen paint mix YouTube Live. First, I'm requesting videos on the topic that I've requested on your projector screen paint mixes YouTube Live. We are requesting the videos to be done live due to people who cheat in editing. Yeah, that's right there. Let me see. The reason for these questions, because your advertisement is lacking serious information on the product and raises high concerns on whether or not the products can produce what it's designed to do. What they are designed to do. That's much cleaner. Let's check this out. We don't need capital there. It's basic, but it's too late. If you came in, you just now, too late. You should have answered those questions. Fernando, I asked you serious questions. This is not a joke at the end of the day. This is not a joke. It's not a game. I'm taking you to court. Do you understand that? The process servers that are going to be coming to your front door are legit. They're from the court. We're not playing around with you. You need to answer these questions correctly. If you don't answer them here, we'll take you in the courtroom. Smile and smirk in there and see what happens to you in there. I'm dead serious. I'm dragging you into a courtroom. Ask you serious questions about your products here. You can't answer the questions correctly. Now, we don't have time for the laugh emojis and carrying on. I give everybody an opportunity to be able to back themselves up. And if you don't, we come in and we hit you. So I gave you opportunity, right? I came in here, opened up a live, gave you the opportunity to come and ask questions. You want to come with fake accounts, you want to carry and act up. Now I'm sending that to you. Now when this message goes over to you, eBay has a listing of the transcript. I have a listing of the transcript. When we contact eBay, this is what we're asking from you to be able to do, because we can tell you're lacking information. And us being a company legit with licensing and all that good stuff, because my company is legit, better than yours, of course far better than yours. We have that credibility to stand on. So we feel as a customer, because I'm a customer, I buy a lot of stuff on eBay, a lot of stuff. I buy so much stuff on eBay, it's not even funny. And everybody I buy from, again, I pay on time. Everybody gets paid on time, everybody. I got an outstanding eBay account. I always make my sales, I always pay. No, they never had to wait. No one ever had to wait. So I have an outstanding account. So I have a lot of weight. So with that being said, I'm going to ask as a customer, you're lacking information. Now, they're going to give you enough time to put the information that we requested on your account. If you don't have it on your account, then they'll pull your listing. They pull your listing, we can show probable cause why your listing had to be pulled due to the fact you were lacking information, and we're already accusing you of fraud already in court. All right, then, just more evidence for us to prosecute you. I think, Fernando, the reason why I was hoping that you were American citizen, you know why? You do a lot of smug, nasty remarks. I want to get you in a courtroom so we can shut all that down. No more smiling, no more smugness, no more excuses. Weasel can't basically figure a way how to slither out of a situation. You're stuck in a wooden chair, and you just swore oath to a Bible, and my lawyer is going to put screws into you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We're going to get you in that situation. We are. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. You're going to be stuck. No way to run, nowhere to hide. You're going to be stuck. You can't weasel yourself out of this one. So, we're piling a case on you. The more self-evidence we have showing that you're the particular type of person that not only rips off, comes to this country and rips off and steals, but you rip off people on eBay listings. You sold dozens and dozens, hundreds of house paint to customers and rip them off with no way for them to be able to get any kind of guarantee back, just to steal their money. You use 3D printers to basically rip off major companies. You go in and you basically commit perjury on your LLC. You lie on sensitive government documents. You touch people's copyrights. We're actually painting this huge picture of you for court. Good luck on it. Well, we're about to send this off. Let's see. I'm expecting. So eBay knows this. We are expecting some answers back, hopefully in the next 4 days. So now you got a timeline on there. So in 4 days, I expect a message from you. So we are expecting some answers back, hopefully in the next 4 days. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Now, if you sit there and say that I can't do this, yeah, why not? Why? That's what the messaging's for. They can contact you. I ask you some simple, basic questions. I don't see them on your site. There's more stuff I want to ask you, but I mean, we don't do projector mapping. You don't do that. But your contrast levels. What color is that stuff? You don't even have a color next to it. What color is your paint, Jamie? What shade of gray is it? It can't be all gunmetal. You did that on the website the last time. You said all your stuff was gunmetal. That's impossible. Even the light gray stuff was gunmetal. You don't know what you're doing. I even have a video showing that the SKU that you have, basically, that comes up, that shows, keeps track of your inventory. He didn't do anything with it. We were able to go in and link up to the previous template that belonged to that particular site before he actually added in his 2 cents. And in the front caption of it all has what it talks about the company, but Jamie was so lazy, he just took out whatever and put his name there instead. We'll be using it against you in court. Now, did you want to say jealous? Jim, I got your paint right over here. I got your paint right here. As a matter of fact, how about you do us a big favor? How about you go and make that free mixture with the ones we sent to you and put that against your paint? But then again, no one knows the color of your paint because you didn't put down the color of it. So you could be any color, right? So what color is it? Because last I checked, that thing's a light gray. On my unboxing videos, Metallic Mix 2.0 and the Hybrid Mix are like great products. And we have it sitting over here. So if the product, keep in mind, Jamie, this is how you snare yourself in situations that you can't get out of. If the product that you have, which is a Metallic Mix 2.0, right? If that product is darker, then how come you didn't take the box that we sent over to your address? If you knew the product was dark and it could beat that paint, why didn't you take the product that we sent to you? Why did you send it back? Unless they're light gray, as we thought. See what I mean? This is why we sent it to your door, because it's impossible to get out of any situation we put you in. So if that color changes and becomes dark and you say dark gray, then we all know from the door that you run another scam, like the Black Frankenstein mix that we paid $85 for, which we can show Universal Studios that we bought several products from you using the name Frankenstein without permission, and your face is on the receipt. Oh my goodness, I swear I've never seen anybody just damage themselves. Here's the thing for Jamie. If you caught Jamie in something, doing something, right, and you're prosecuting him for this, right, Jamie considers this to be triggered. Oh, he must be triggered. No, Jamie, you sound like a Karen. Karens do that. When Karens go out and do dumb stuff, and they get caught for doing dumb stuff, and they get blasted and put all over the internet, like the Phillies Karen now, that nonsense that went on. They turn around and say, oh, people are triggered and they're too upset and this, that, the other, and they just hate me. That's a Karen complex disorder. That's what you're doing right now. No, you broke laws at the end of the day. That's what you did. You're trying to scam people on eBay right now. The same mixture you claim, you have a YouTube video that's floating around on our accounts and all over Google showing you making a black and white mixture called Metallica Mix. And the sad thing about it is there's no Metallica in it. There's no silver, there's nothing in it. It's just everyday black and white paint. That's all it is. So, we want a batch number guarantee, want verification, all this. We have it right there. All right, let me see. Let's see. I put information on the product racism, current concern. All right, we're coming here. I'm going to take all this up here real quick. Take a copy of this for ourselves. I'm going to go over to, turn this over here. We got business mail over here. Whatchamacallit has a fantastic spelling checker. Let me see. Here we go. Let's go over here. All right, so that means I like to play this game. How many mistakes did we make? Let's see. Oh, we only got one. We got one. We got post dated. Post dated. This would be two. Any more? Up this one right here. Oh, so there, and this one right here, like controlled. Yeah, only three. Oh, wait, one more. Second, I can probably put the whole word second in. Yeah, second. This is a fantastic spelling checker. And we only got three out of all that. Now, keep in mind, this is why I don't know anything. You don't know nothing. I literally max out at 8,000. Wix needs to go in and bring it up to 20,000 for specification sheet, because I max out way over past 8,000. You, in your specification sheet, literally my surface level information is more than what you have right now sitting in on your Facebook page. I mean, on your eBay listing. Like my surface information is literally larger than what he's showing there. There's nothing in there. So if that customer and that product doesn't work out right for them, say it doesn't work out right for them, how does Jamie redeem the problem, right? How does he fix the problem? He tells them that, hey, you opened it, you're stuck with it. It landed on your property, you're stuck with it. That's what he tells them. So what are they supposed to do after that? How are they supposed to be able to get some kind of guarantee that your product is going to work? How are they going to get that? If you shut the door automatically from the door, there's no returns on this product, there's no exchange. Then what? So you can pretty much there's nothing at all. We got ship back policies on ours. We got batch number verifications on our stuff, showing our stuff is tested. That Gamer Paint has more testing on all your products combined together. Gee, what's the ways? See you in court, Jamie. And yeah, have our answer in 4 days. Let me go put this one back in. Take this out. I don't want the copy there. I want the one we just did. Nope, we didn't ask for all that. The one I put in here. This one has all the recorrections in it. Okay, perfect. Now send this copy to me, to my account. And there we go. Message sent. Now, you can reply back right there. We'll sit and wait, see you reply back. It's right there. You can reply back right to me. And I'll put down a nice hello. Let's put it there. Send all copies to my account. There, give me this. All right, I look forward to your message. I'll come back probably early in the morning for you because time zone difference. So we'll be in touch, Fernando. If you do not have this answered in the next 4 days, we will contact eBay. eBay will basically request for you to basically update your specification sheets. Anything you put on your specification sheets that are not true, we will know this. And if you do this, that means at the end of the day, we'll file fraud charges against you in federal court. Anything you put on there that we can mark that's not real is a violation, which means it's $50,000 per violation up to 10 years in jail. Now, you could be a joke about it and put something stupid in there, and yeah, but that's going to get you in trouble. All right, let's move on. He always wants to go with this whole jealousy thing. You copy my specification sheets, you copy our work, you copy everything we do, pretty much. Now you're trying to make a black paint, then you try to be me. At the one point you were saying that black paints were trash and garbage and don't buy them, and now you're trying to make one. You don't even know how to make a black product. You know why? I gave you permission to make my product twice and you failed. So you don't even know how to make a black paint. You lie. Your specification sheets are lacking. They were lacking when you had the website. They're lacking when you have them here. We even have cancellations on our accounts and you couldn't back his products up. Gee whiz Louise, going to the blacklist. And what can you not say about this product at the end of the day? Scammed house paint. There it is right there. Hey, right there, showing you how to make the product. Right there. Metallica Mix 2.0 right there. Made all his products. This is the flagship. It's supposed to be his pride and joy, which is supposed to be the Cinemax. That's how close the Cinemax came to matching everyday house paint. Do you see that mess at the end of the day? Customers paid for that mess. Look at this. Can you imagine your customer paying $95 for this and you see this running off his laser projector, his P2, and the image looks just like that? You know how ticked off I would have been at the end of the day? I'd have sued that joker. I have no idea why you guys are not taking the court and sue him. You know why? Because most people feel at the end of the day that it's going to cost too much money. The lawyer costs me taking the small claims court and clean this off, which we're about to do. We're taking the small claims court for this one. This is nothing. We take small claims court, get 12 grand out of them. But the other one, where if you're going to back up what I told you to back up because you made all these false statements, that's going to cost you 80 grand. But if we have to have a process server come to your front door, James, going to cost you millions of dollars. That right there in that package, guess what that is? That's Metallica Mix 2.0. It was sent to us by a customer. And Jamie got so mad at the person who made the order, he cursed him out. Now, Fernando, this is why I tell you at the end of the day, you have to learn how to respect other people. Because the person you cursed out at the end of the day has ties. Serious ties. G-A-N... or sorry, G-A-N-G, with an S attached to it, ties. Very serious ties. And now your address is posted. That's why you have to be careful how you treat people. Now, all that guy did was go in and buy your product. That's all he did for us. No need to curse him out and say nasty things about him. Because you come off like this big, bad, tough guy. You want to be the big, bad, tough guy. I remember he started some dumb nonsense with me, with some red and green nonsense, talking about some fighting match. Dude, I'm an 8-3 black belt in Taekwondo. I would pick the crap out of you, man. I'm faster, quicker, more agile, stronger. You couldn't even, I don't even have to use it. I can sidestep you. Use your own body weight against you. You can't take me on. I'm a different type of fighter at the end of the day. You got the wrong person. I looked at that and laughed at it. I've been studying since past my, let's see, got out of my 20s, mid-20s, roughly. I got out of jail, let me see, roughly 23, 24, yeah. So I've been studying for quite some time. And he had some bag in there. Bag wasn't even at eye level. Your bag was at chest level. It's supposed to be higher than you. So when you kick, you can get your kicks up there. You don't know what you're doing. You're not even built for that type of bag at the end of the day. You would tire yourself out on that. That's why it's sitting in your storage unit. Bags are an addiction. You hit a bag, get used to it, you love it, makes your body feel great, straightens up your arms and everything. People get addicted to bags. I had a couple bags at my crib. But no. You got that bag because you were trying to show you were a tough guy. Because I had one hanging up in the area where I was working. The difference, I went to school for, I was trained for it. You're not trained for a bag. Here's your product right there. You got nasty with the customer, cursed them out. And the guy said, you know what, I'm going to let this one slide. But don't worry, where you're going at the end of the day, you be big man down and be tough guy. Difference between that, Jamie, you won't be behind a computer or a phone. You'll be face to face. These guys will come into your cell and get you. There it's right there. Metallica Mix 2.0. And guess what? That stuff matches the same thing we have over here. So if you sit there and say at the end of the day that, oh, he doesn't have the real product, there it is right there. Now, when Jamie shipped the product over, it had a hole in it, which means he didn't know it was coming to us. He sent it to somebody else like this. Man, you're dirty, man. Look at it. So they put it in another bag and sent it to us. Now, all he had to do was just replace the lid and put a new lid on it. No, it is cheap, Joker, at the end of the day. Too cheap to get a new lid. Basically, with the hole in it, he taped it over. This tells the intelligent level is not there, and I'll tell you why. Because even if you didn't have the money, you could have put some rubber cement in there, it would have clogged that easily. It would have repaired it. You didn't even do that. You put a piece of tape over it. So, Jamie, question I got to ask you. The Metallica Mix that you have on the eBay listing, what color is it? Because if you say it's dark gray, and again, if it's dark gray, then if it's dark gray, Jamie, you would have had no problem testing what we sent over there, because what we sent over to was not dark gray, it was light. Which means you would have easily take that off. There's no problem, right? So the fact that you sent it back means it was the same color as what we made over here than what you had over there. So you can't even get away with that one either. You can't say, well, I went and changed the product. It's darker now. Well, if it's darker now, why don't you just take the paint and show us at the end of the day that the product we made here would have matched? Because it would have matched. That's why. Let's speed up a little bit here. I have some business to take care of today. And let's show you right there. There's the container right there. Look at the color of it. Look what's on my hands. It's the exact same color I have right over here, which means this is the free mix that you can make for free. And what Jamie did was he hit this with a high-powered projector to make you believe that you were getting something special. All this paint is just basically YouTube paint. A long time ago, they had a paint called YouTube paint, which any person can make. Now, people along the line started adding special stuff to it to make it different, but his stuff is YouTube paint. YouTube paint is just black and white paint. That's all it is. Now, question, Fernando. If you claim it's not the projector, then how come the customer who had the same Optima projector, except for his with a long throw, did not get the same results that you got in your demonstration? I wonder why. Isn't that your product right there, Fernando? That's your product right there. Using the rosewood font. That's you. Metallica Mix right there in the flesh. Not even tampered with. And what happened, Jamie? That product matched that free mixture that we got over here. The same free mixture we made multiple times to put against your Cinemax and against your Hybrid and all your other colors, same thing. And this is what we bring you to court on for fraud. It's a lot of money you're going to pay back, including the $50,000 per violation. Now, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Mind, you got other charges coming up too on top of that, because we got those old charges with the making these false claims about my company, so we got to deal with that right there at the end of the day. And then we got the copyrights coming up. Got to deal with that too. You did touch my copyright without permission, right? Yep. Yeah. Docs my address too, right? You're going to court for that. The terroristic threats, you're going to court for that too. The emails that were all traced back to your account, you're going to go to jail for that too. That's a lot of stuff, ain't it? Oh, it keeps going. It keeps going. Oh, it keeps going. We got that whole counterfeiting thing he started in his apartment. He ripped off all those major companies. Got to deal with that too. And if any of those people got sick from any of that stuff in the apartment that you were basically printing out, they're going to file lawsuits against you and the lawyer. The landlord. And the landlord, meanwhile, is going to get hit with all of this craziness because he trusted you to bring you to his establishment thinking you were going to keep a low profile. And he was sadly mistaken. So Jamie, ICE, when that unit comes in, right? What's that unit designed for? The one we got. They're designed to round up people that are in this country causing crimes. Doesn't that sound like you caused a lot of crimes? Would you say you're an innocent man? Would you say that you're a man that's a criminal? What would you say you were? I'm going to go on a limb here. I don't have to go on a limb. You are a criminal. You are. So with that being said, when that unit gets there and they're deporting you out of the country, it's not because of your race. It's because you're a criminal. That's why. That's why my Mexican brothers over here consider to call you Mexican Trump, because you make them look bad. That's why I say on my YouTube channel, don't blame the Mexican people. It's just this guy, you blame him. He's a bad apple. Look at that. That's your product right there. We got that stuff to match your that mix yours a long time ago. And here it is. Right over here. Oh, let's see. Why do you have mouthwash? I have mouthwash in the office. I eat food. I'm around people all day long. Can't have clients coming in. My breath smells like onions. No, I can't have that. Also, I have my toothbrush here too. Also, two extra toothbrush, and I have toothpaste here because I eat a lot of garlic and food and whatever. And I have clients coming in with on their face. Everybody has these. They have them in the office. But anyway, for any of the trolls, go, he's living in the office. No. You have an office at the end of the day. You have toothpaste, mouthwash in the office, because when I get done eating and I've got garlic on my breath and I got to go to meetings, which you guys don't do because you don't run a successful business, I can't be talking to someone's face if I smell like I got a freaking onion factory coming out of my throat. But anyway, got that all cleared up. Let's move on with this. This is your product right here. When my friend in the high rise, his office is 6 times the size of this thing. I love this place at the end of the day, but it's just 6 times, it's huge. And he has a bathroom and a kitchen in his. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding. So yeah, because sometimes I gotta entertain people at the end of the day. He got a chef that comes in and cooks food. His office is amazing. I like this place, I love it, it's huge. It's gorgeous, I love it. But it's got a kitchen, a gourmet kitchen in there, and a bathroom. Like 30 Rock, he had that hidden one. I'm getting one. When I get done here, I'm gonna get myself a customized office with gourmet chef. Because I got clients who come in, you know what I mean? But anyway, that being said and all that and whatnot, there's your product right there. It doesn't work, man. We made that with $11 worth of hobby paint. That's the same stuff we sent to him called a refusal. And again, he says, he's doxing my address. Dude, your address is public domain. Anyone can find your address. Any agency, anyone can find you. You're not hard to find. I literally can dig you up right now and show you. It's right on the box. When we sent the product to you, we sent it to your company. If you say your company's not there anymore, technically it is still there. Just because you remove your LLC or whatever, you remove that, your website, your business is still there, because you know why? Your LLC is still standing. You can't get it dissolved due to the fact you committed perjury on it by lying on a government document, by saying that your company was only around for 5 months when technically it's been around for years. So you can't dissolve the LLC. Ta-da! Anyway, getting back to this mess right here. Let's go here and let's show you. Move this out of the way. Whew. Man, that's here. I got friends of mine that are attorneys that read through his stuff sometimes. They're like, this guy might not be over there. There's a product matching house paint right here. This is why we're in concern to make sure your stuff is legit, even though we know it's not. But I'm let you we're going to entertain that part. There's your video right there. That's the Cinemax mix, right? This video's missing. You can't find it, but we have it here. Let's go over here and show Fernando in the flesh. Right there. Talking all this nonsense on camera, saying that, oh, my stuff would never match. Showing you a receipt. This is basically another nail in the coffin for you. We can show that you basically a YouTube video, and they're going to say, Fernando, where's the video at? We can show that you removed video from your account. I have a documented of you basically deleting the video off your account. Now, why would you delete something off your account that's been there for a couple months? This is something you probably back unless you basically realize that the video was worse than when you thought and you should have never posted it. And he's painted down to the surface right here. Now there it is laying against the screen. And if you notice, if you look at this video right here, you'll notice that his paint didn't even pick up a contrast level. Mind you, this is called the perfect black color. This is supposed to be black. It's an OLED display. How is it gray? And your projector has a 2 million to 1, which means it didn't read jack off this screen paint. Now let's watch the minute he watched this and it's world collided. So again, I got to ask this question here. Where's the contrast, Fernando? Your projector's a P2 with a 2 million to 1 contrast. Where is it? Because what I'm seeing here, I don't see any contrast. So when you did the demonstration with the woman with the black makeup, how come we didn't see that here? You know why? Because it's a well-lit environment and your screen washes out and any light hits it. Like we're having the same problem here. See that tannish over the screen? That's the same thing we're having over here. Same thing. Same thing. Now watch this. Watch this right here. Watch this. He's not going to like this. There we go. Boom! When that happened, I guarantee you a small heart attack. I told you this was going to happen. I did this video 6 months to a year ago, and we told him it was going to match. What did Fernando do? Now, you know why he had to do it, right? Because we pushed that video. We pumped that video so much that now his customers were doing the videos themselves. And they did the videos, and they contacted and said, hey, that guy's right. Your stuff does match house paint. And enough of them started getting upset with him, so he decided to hush him up. You don't know what you're talking about. See, this is what I'm talking about. You come too arrogant, too big for your britches. You don't know what you're talking about. I'll do the demonstration myself. And he did, and this is what happened in front of everybody. Now, this is the reason why Jamie will never, ever, ever test a paint on live stream, because he went through here. Can't get out of a live stream once you're locked in those things. What are you going to do? You knocked over the camera. You kept doing this in front of the screen. There's a whole lot of crap that went on. You couldn't get out of it. And then in the video, we have you in there claiming that our products came up too dark. The 38 Black Widow. We got you in the video doing it. So guess what? That's going to cost you millions of dollars. We got you in the video doing it. Right in front of the camera. You forgot it was in there, didn't you? We didn't. Right there. That's going to cost you a lot of money. So we got you doing a demonstration claiming that you had our product and our product came up that dark. Fernando, in the demonstration, if any of our products don't do this, you know what's going to happen? We can get you very serious jail time for this, including all the other stuff we got compiled together. You're done. Time has finally caught up to you. Look at the screen matching white levels. Look at that. It's over. And the thing about it is you have no control. There's nothing you can do about it. You have a sickness going on in your lungs right now because you breathed in all that poison from that machine. I have lung doctors, Fernando, specialists in the field who saw your video and sat there and said, you better go, his family needs to go see a lung doctor. You breathed in a ton of this stuff. I have a buddy of mine who's an expert, certified in the field. And he saw your video and he said, you had no boxes. Each video is supposed to be in boxes. You poisoned yourself. Not only you poison yourself, you poison your wife. poison your kids and you poison your pets. And the entire apartment is saturated with those particles. It's like quicksand. Everything caught up to you in one hit. All that time you believed you're getting away with stuff, right? Devil thought another way. You weren't getting away with anything. Everything now is just coming right to the top. So you're watching the rise and fall of Fernando Gonzalez right there in front of your eyes. Benefit of a white screen and gray screen. Yeah, deleted off his account. He got rid of it. But let's show you something interesting here. Was there ever a Black Frankenstein? Oh, of course there was. We paid for it. A hybrid mix. Remember I told you I had your products? I've had the hybrid mix over here. We bought the hybrid mix and guess what? He had to send the money back. Refund. $85. Far more than what you guys are paying. PayPal claims lost. Couldn't back it up. Another one. It cost gunmetal gray, UV mix. Money put back into the account again. And here at the bottom we have a Black Frankenstein. Told you. You ever heard of a Black Frankenstein before? It doesn't exist. You know why it doesn't exist? Because Jamie made it up at the last minute and tried to rip people off and steal from them on accounts. That's why I said I would never trust this guy claim he can make a black paint. Because he's done this one already. He went in and made a Black Frankenstein, a fake one, to try to rip people off. Yeah, he did it already. Scam artist, we caught him. $85. He couldn't back it up. And then he begs us to stay away. Blessed day, stay away, thanks. Don't need your business. Well, this is why I think at the end of the day, Jamie, you have some kind of disorder. Because you just sent us an email telling us to buy whatever we want. That's like you going into a supermarket and having this big sale. You buy whatever you want. We're having for the slash of a price, and you go in and you fill your shopping cart to go buy, and they get you arrested because they say you're stealing. That's what you did. So if you tell me to buy whatever I want, that means at the end of the day, I should have been able to go in and buy whatever I wanted without dealing with that harassment messages you were sending across. So how can it be harassment, and how can you say you don't want my business when you invited me to buy? You sent me a link. I got the email right there. You told me I can go buy whatever I wanted. And then now, when we're buying what we want, now you're crying on every receipt, including showing that you made sales on a Frankenstein mix, or Frankenstein, whatever you call it, for $85. Did you pay Universal Studio any of that money out? No, you didn't. Does a Black Frankenstein exist? No, we did a whole video report on it. It doesn't exist. Non-existing product. Put it on his website and put a shopping cart on it and made it for sale because we were able to buy it. That shows you the scams that goes on his websites. Interesting, isn't that, Fernando? So, kicker here. We got your video right here showing you doing videos on a 39 Black Widow, right here. There we go, right there. And when the letter gets there, you'll be to back up everything you said about me, right? I trust you will be able to. I'm pretty sure you didn't lie about anything, did you? You'll be to back everything up in a courtroom, right? I'm sure you wouldn't have any problem signing it and seeing this over here in Pennsylvania. All right? Unless you lied about it. And if you lied about it, Fernando, then things are going to get much worse for you. We're going to put you in the Pandora box and shut the lid. Put bolts around it, a couple of chains around it. You're never getting out of it, ever. You're going to be trapped in the Pandora box. Those process servers come to your front door, you will never get any peace. And I can keep this going for years. I can have them hit that property over and over again. You have so many lawsuits coming against you, we can keep those process servers constantly flushing that building. And the landlord's going to find us sooner or later, and the neighbors are going to complain about it. Now, all you have to do to make it go away is just sign the document, and you see us in court. Now, if you're saying it's harassment, how's it harassment, Fernando? You went on your YouTube channel, you started all these fake demonstrations about my business, you lied about my company, you said I was all these dirty things. That's what you did, right? And then you brought other people in to help you out with this campaign, right? All right, then. So what we're doing is we're bringing it all to court. Now, if you're 100% right, you got nothing to worry about. But if you're wrong, you got everything to worry about. So, let's get it started. Till then, let's start on this eBay. That's another separate court case right there by itself. That has nothing to do with the letters coming to you. I will be sending you another letter involving that. I'm accusing you of committing fraud on eBay. Challenging your eBay listing in court. So, I'm hoping to get my message back. When we get the message back, I'll show you all what he sent back. It's 4 days. Remind you, Jamie, anything you send back, we're not the only ones that see it. eBay will also see the conversation also. They monitor all conversations, so they will see it also. So if you send back any dumb nonsense, Karen acting up, I said, see, that's the reason why we thought a site's a scam. This is why it doesn't need it on eBay, and you get your account banned again. And then we'll use that against you in court. Okie dokie. I'm so glad we have this time together. I think about garlic. They got them freaking garlic, maybe buns or garlic buns. I want some of that with some stewed chicken. Oh, that'd be so good. Definitely. Stewed chicken. I go look at a warehouse. This will be my. How many did we do? We did 10 warehouses. I can't pick out the one I want. I can't pick out this one or that one. I don't know. All right, let's go over here and look at your screen paint over here, failing ever so miserably. Jeepers Louise, look at this hot mess right here. We don't even have the lights on in here at all, period. And this stuff still doesn't work. He's in there ranting in the comments section. Am I reading your messages? Not really. Don't care. You know why I'm not reading your messages? Because, again, you don't know how to speak correctly. I've done this already, Fernando. I've given you opportunities to speak to me like a man. I've been to your website and spoke to you. I got tons of transcripts that I can post showing you ranting, screaming, yelling, showing pornography on your website, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Doxing addresses. Very unprofessional. Can't have a conversation with you. Even when you called me and I called you back, you're just ranting and screaming on the phone, just carrying on like a madman. Don't worry, do that in court and see what happens. You get content, they'll throw you in jail. Don't do that in there. Don't get in there and scream and yell and act up. He's in a rock and a hard place because it's a guarantee. There could be a heavy guarantee that once he walks into a courtroom, he's not leaving. They're not going to leave because he's undocumented. There's no charges on it. They have to look all that up. And if they find our control number, which they will find, it's all over the internet. They find this thing, you're not leaving that courtroom. You got to figure out what you're going to do. You're going to have to leave sooner or later. You're going to go to court sooner or later. And meanwhile, whatever's going on in your body right now, that's going to bring up a whole lot of freaking worms at the end of the day. They're going to test your blood. You know the kind of stuff they can find in your blood? All types of stuff. You can find if you got cancer in your blood. Your blood tells a lot of stories, and it's going to tell that you got a poison in your blood. They find out that stuff is in there. I don't even know how this is going to work, man. It's like he's got a bit of a Saul going on over there. He does. If he goes to the hospital, they're going to find out what's in his blood, and they're going to figure out how many other people have this that went on. Now, you're going to lie and say that your wife and kids don't got it, then that's going to deny them medical treatment. You're going to end up killing them. And you can sit there and say, oh, nothing's wrong, I feel fine. Jamie, this is a slow process. It doesn't happen just like that. It's a slow process that happens. So, just because you may feel fine, doesn't mean you are fine. So, as I said before, you got an option of either going to go to the hospital and they find what's in your blood, and they're going to find it came from a 3D printing machine, and they're going to figure out how many of these machines that you have. They're going to find out because they're going to automatically have to call, what they call it, license inspection and all that. They have to call zoning and all that stuff has to be called. But if you got that in your system, the chances are somebody in another department got it too. So what are you going to do? Code enforcement, that's what they call it, code enforcement. They'll have to come down there. They get down there, they find out you're running machines, you don't have a license, you know what I mean? That place is not zoned for it, you're running some very heavy, expensive equipment that can cause some poisoning and hurt people and hurt you at the end of the day. You're going to jail. So it's kind of like a twister board. We don't know who's going to come and get you first. Or are you going to be able to handle all that, whatever's going on in that apartment? Because right now that apartment's contaminated. And he doesn't understand how serious this is. Did you see the units that they had those things in? They literally had this thing in some kind of plexiglass kind of protection with an exhaust system sticking out a window. Now, why in the world would somebody go through all that for that machine, unless it was basically dispersing something that was poisonous. I'd be scared to have that thing in my home. That's what it says right there, not for home use. When people use them, I guess, in the workshop or whatever, get them down. I would put it in the garage for goodness sake. I'd still be freaking out around that thing. But still, and you printed out 1,000 of those masks, you said, right? That means you breathed all that in. Man. Look at your product. Couldn't even pull the red up correctly. We don't have all the lights on in here. All right, well, I got some business I got to get to, which is very important. I am not reading anything that's down there below. We'll let everybody else read it because this is going to post it. My videos, once they leave from here, they hit Google, Yahoo, Bing, all that stuff. So he had plenty of opportunities to come in and explain to us. That's what he was supposed to do in the video. Explain to us about the product he has on his eBay listing, that scam paint. But he was not able to answer any questions. He came in just carrying on. So I sent him a nice long message right over to his account. eBay's going to have a copy of that too. And we're going to come back and contact eBay and say, look, we sent this message out to him. We got nothing to reply. I'm going to give you the 4 days. Nothing comes back. We're going to file a complaint against your eBay listing. So eBay's going to contact you and tell you that you're going to have to update information there. You're lacking this information. And again, they're about that. Putting in that information as much as you possibly can, and you don't have it in there. Now, they were to say, well, on eBay, I buy on eBay. I have an excellent record for buying on eBay. I actually get eBay a lot of money. You know why? Because I have customers from my company go and buy projectors from eBay. So I make the merchants a lot of money over there. So if we basically have someone that's going to be buying something, so they have them go out and spend $3,000 or $4,000 for a projector, which they don't need. We don't use them. We just advise them to a merchant we do business with, and they make money. So we do business with eBay. Good luck on that one. And try to make me look bad. You, on the other hand, had one account banned on your account and got it back. And now you turn around, you got another one, got violations on your account. And there are other customers that complained about your product not working. So that's what you get from Jamie. A free screen paint mix. Mine, we made that for $11.25. And that's the same product that matched my cat's blanket. My cat blanket actually matched that. Actually, one he's laying on right now over there is actually better than his product here. And we paid $3 for that. And Fernando, just in case, wait, let me get this here because I want to make sure that everything we see on camera is legit. I don't like to say things. We never know. We might get somebody who's never saw this before, right? Yep. Let's know that. We get somebody on here that never saw any of our demonstrations, right? This may be the first time watching here, right? So let me show you. This right here is the refusal. Now, when I told you that Jamie, if he says that, well, the product he has over there is darker, well, if it's darker, you would have no problem testing against this, right? This right here is the mix. That's the upgrade version that actually has mica in it. It is Crows Metallica Mix 2.0 upgrade. 3 tablespoons of black paint into 1 quart of white paint. Gives it a nice tone right there. And 1 tablespoon of dark silver Metallica powder mix. That's a better version of what he has. This is what we have sitting over there. This one is the one made exactly off the video. Crows Metallica Mix 2.0. 2 tablespoons of black paint into 1 quart of white paint. Same thing here. Same thing here. And there we sent it to his address right here. His business address right there. Jaime Fernando Gonzalez. There's your address, apartment E. All Homeland Security and all of them know exactly where you're located at. And right there, refusal. Sent it back to us. Didn't want to do it. And over here, if you sit there and blame it on your wife and kids, which you would pretty much do, you're that type of person, only you could cancel that order because it had a special restriction on it that only you could basically cancel it. Only you. So we know for a fact that you canceled it. Now, with that being said, now if he comes on there and cries and says, well, you showed my address without my permission. All right, Karen, I'm going to basically entertain you for a minute. So I'm going to come over here, easy to find. Come over here, click search, put in LLC, California, LLC search. That's all I have to put in. Click on that. We don't need this one, I don't want that here. AI puts that in, we don't need that. I asked for what I asked for, not that. Give me what I asked for. There we go. The first one at the very top, the one that looks like a little cell phone ringing, that's the one you go to right there. Search California Secretary of State, which we contacted them about your illegal business that you're running and let them know that you are running without a business license. Okay, you have to have business, you're not zoned. That apartment's not zoned for that. Right there, bump, bump, bump. Click on this. This will bring you to the search page here. Now, Jamie, when he applied for his LLC, he put it under the apartment name. We applied for our LLC, we put it under the domain name. Yeah, because that's where the business is at. It's not a brick and mortar. You set your business like a brick and mortar. Your business is not a brick and mortar, it's a website. So why didn't you attach it to your website? Oh, you didn't know what you're doing. You're filling out the paperwork. That's That's something to people who don't read through stuff and they just run into it like a bull in a china shop. Crows1176 Mix LLC. Now you click that in. Guess what happens? This pops up at the bottom right there. That's his registration number right there. His filing number right there. That is the date when he basically filed for it. It shows that it is active, which means because it's active, they're still contacting him because he's missing documents. They can't unactivate it. You can't dissolve it due to the fact that he's missing certain special paperwork. So let's click here, on here. Now, what this is going to bring up all down here is showing the delinquent he has on his account statement. Due date was missing since 2023. Here's his address right there. Now, tell me if we doxed you. Your address is right there. So Jamie made his address publicly domain. Public domain. Now, if you click here on history, you can bring up his document. Click here on download right there. That's his initial filing. Can't pull it up on mine. Mine's blocked. Click on here, and there you are. That's what we sent to the courts. This is what we send to the courts. This is what we send to people who you contact and harass. We send them this right here. This is your information right here. So right here, limited liability name, Crows1176 Mix LLC, initial principal address, your address right there, your mailing address, your address right there, which says at the end of the day, if you claim about anyone doxing your address, you are a liar. Because it's right there. And there's your filing information right there. So if you sit there and claim and say, well, you know, they doxed my address without nobody. You doxed your own address. You literally doxed your own address right there. This is the same guy who came in when a customer posted his address. He was upset by his products. He posted his address. And Jamie went in and basically started screaming and yelling at us, saying, I'm going to send you to court, you're going to go to jail and all this for doxing my address. Remember you said that? Remember that? And look what you did to yourself. You doxed your own address. So my sister saw this. She said, my goodness, any agency on the face of the planet can make contact with him now. ICE, anyone can make contact with you. Your address is right there. You literally went up on the roof and put in a couple of spotlights and a huge neon orange arrow pointing to your apartment. Says, hey, Jaime Fernando Gonzalez lives here. That's exactly what you did. You can't blame anybody for that. You did that to yourself. And mind you, excuse me, we know they're sending you letters. They're sending you letters asking for that due date information. You don't have it. You know why? Because you put down your company was around for 5 months. You lied. That's why you can't give them that information. See, you've been running these little scams and rip-offs from day one. Their number's right there too. We reached out to him multiple times about that, but we talked to him already about it, and he said he's under investigation. Multiple times. You just figure you can just get over it. Everybody in the world has to be stupid. Your customers have to be stupid. You feel like everybody has to be dumb. At the end of the day, I'm going to figure out ways how to get over and scam them because they're not smart enough to figure out who I am. Yeah, people like that don't end up with doing too well in life. It catches up to them, and yours caught up to you. So there's your address right there. Now, you're going to say you don't live there? Of course you do. I had a processor come to your front door. He'll verify you were there. That's where you're at. I remember on your door, you took off your number and you put down a 6. But it wasn't a 6, it was a 9, where somebody didn't tighten it up at the top and it swung down, which we can tell because it was much lower than all the other numbers. And you can see the hole that used to be there, where it was 9. But you was using 9 there for a minute. You changed your number when you did videos outside. He used to do videos outside, and he changed the number on the door. You think we didn't see all that, Fernando? Heck yeah, we saw that. So bottom line is, we had a idea where you were at because we put up the blueprints on the apartment and we counted them. You exactly came into apartment E. And the process server found you even faster because he found this. So all the process servers now will get a copy of this. Courts will have copies of it. Police department and Allentown has a copy of this. Everybody has a copy of this. Anyone you contact and made death threats to or carried on and acted up on the phone, all that, they have that. Now, for the rest of you who feel that you're under the radar and you're not going to be caught, we have your information too. Because you screwed up. You did stuff for us to find you. And now we have little packets on you. And those packets go out to people at the end of the day, like Mr. Williams. Those packets that'll be coming in at the end of the month, they're going to be brutal. The people that will see what's in those envelopes are going to be very, very upset with you. And there's a nice letter in there from the attorney telling them why we're going to file a lawsuit against the company and business and wherever's involved. And this doesn't involve your managers. This involves only your manager, involves up higher ups way over your managers. People actually own the building. We were able to find them. And this is going to go out to your social worker, your case worker. She's going to get your colorful naked picture too also. And on top of that, it has the address involved to the funeral home, which is explained to let you use someone's house address to commit crimes to the United States Postal Service. They're going to get a lot of your colorful work. Everybody's going to get it. Everybody. And meanwhile, we have a restraining order against you. We got a state to state now. And if you bring anything here, I'll have you locked up, sitting in a prison cell. But you're going there anyway. You used to be a little faster this time, but we're going to have you sooner or later. So, with all the outstanding evidence we have against you, here's the thing about the people in the building they own. We're not taking a plea deal for you. We're going to take you to court, and I'm going to take that unit if I have to. You're going to owe me so much money, it's going to be a crying shame of what we're going to hit you with. What we're striking Danny with at the end of the day is nothing compared to what we're going to hit that building with. Because we told you at the end of the day about this guy, and you did nothing about it. And now we're going to hit the daylights out of you with massive lawsuits. And I'm not the only one hitting you. The funeral home's going to strike them. My sister's going to strike them. Yeah, and any other people. We got people over here in Philly he sent stuff to at the end of the day. We got their addresses. We sent them packets. They got your address. They know exactly where you're at. So they can file lawsuits against the building too. It's a good amount of people. You use their addresses without permission. So I know for a fact that Mr. Williams, they came in and they talked to you. We know that. We know the police were there also too. And you decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to use somebody else's address because then they can't get me for using their address. The problem is your handwriting is exactly the same. I'm telling you, my buddy's got a machine that can scan, bring your handwriting up and all that crazy stuff. That's the one the Matrix guy at the end of the day, he has all that kind of equipment. And your fingerprints are in all of them. So then you try to use postcards because you figure your fingerprints would be rubbed off of them. But again, it doesn't help. We already have the original letters. That's all we need. The original letters just tied to everything else. And then when you go to the post office, no matter if you basically put down somebody else's address at the end of the day, it still always comes back to you. I think they catch people basically committing all kinds of fraud to the post office. It's, oh my goodness. They have their own detectives unit over there. So, yeah, we got enough to convict you. But we want people to see your handiwork first. I'm pretty sure you don't want your social worker to have that picture of you half naked there, would you? No, you wouldn't want that, right? Or the higher-ups in the building, you don't want them to have that information, right? That won't go well, will it? But they're going to get it. A nice little package. With your Facebook page and some information with the IRS about how you went in and you basically fake form? Are you kidding me? A fake form? What's it called when you exonerated from taxes for saying you're a church? Literally. Man, you couldn't pay me enough money. You guys just don't know how to quit, do you? Okay, well, that's basically about it for me. I got business. I got a giant screen to build. I got things to do. Jamie, I'm expecting to hear my messages back in the next 4 days, which we already gave you a grace period there. We'll contact eBay in those amount of days right there. If not, your listing goes bye-bye. And as for the process servers that'll be hitting your front door, well, actually that letter that gets there, when the letter gets there, sign it. Sign the letter. I mean, it's not going to stop other process servers from hitting your door, but at least it basically won't come right away, right? But you got other charges coming up. You know, I got my copyrights. Did I tell you to touch my copyrights? Did I give you permission to touch my copyrights? I said, no, right? You touched them, right? You think I'm going to let that slide? There's no way in the world I'm letting that slide. I'll see you in federal court for that. If you make it to federal court. He may not make it to federal court. He hits that building and he doesn't have proper ID. They're going to search him from the door. They're going to find that he has some paperwork. They're going to pick him up from there. We'll probably never see him in court. Then you got the whole trademark thing. Remember, you ripped off all those companies, including Stan Lee. So you ripped that guy off too. How dare you get on your channel, talk trash after ripping off Stan Lee? And then for the people who sat there and supported and bought from him, knowing he ripped off that guy at the end of the day. Good gracious, man. But don't worry. I'm the one that's going to be prosecuting in court for that one too. So, let's see what hits first. Let's get your screen paints back in here, because these are awful. Time caught up with you, didn't it? That's how it works. Sometimes you'll get out of it, multiple times. Get that option to get out of it. But if you don't take that option, it gets worse and worse and worse until it catches up to you. It's like an epic old story that goes on for centuries about people who just think they can just get away with anything they want in life, and it finally catches up to you. I did that one myself. Honestly say, I did that one myself. I really believed that I was going to get away with it all. Yep. Well, that didn't work out too well, you know that? Failed, ended up in the system. Now I'm here, a free man. You're about to go through the same process, but far worse. One thing I'm glad about that, when I went through that system, that I didn't go through that freaking lung issue I went through. Because, man, I couldn't imagine going through that. All right, Jamie. Well, that's basically about it. I put some time into this. You know what I mean? I put some time into this whole setup. And if you sit there and go, oh, we wasted time, please, come on, man. I got technology at will in here. I can go outside and do a demonstration right now and have fun and dance around and put down a song. You can't touch it. I just beat the daylights out of your screens a few minutes ago on a 300-lumen projector. So no one's jealous of your stuff. Dad wouldn't pay. If someone offered me $1 trillion to take your place, oh heck no. No. There is not enough money on the face of this planet to ever make me ever want to take your place. With that stuff going on in your chest right now, and whatever's going on in your bloodstream, and whatever craziness you're going, oh heck no. No. I'll pass. I would pass. If I had a choice like, hey, look, you can live on the streets for the rest of your life and barely make it, or you can trade places with Fernando, be a trillionaire, I stay on the street and eat out of trash cans any day of the week. What's coming to you is bad. Mind you, you got spiritual judgment on your head on top of that for attacking a Christian. Now, if you sit there in the day and say, well, you're no, Jamie, everything we just showed on this channel is stuff that you've done to rip and steal from people. Everything you've done on this channel is basically, it's doing Satan's work. I just outed you for what you are. Now, if anything I said on here was not true, you can easily take me to court. You can sue me for slander and defamation. You can easily get me on that. But the problem is, everything I have here can be used against you in a court of law. Which means, you should be, when the paperwork is there, just sign it. Says, hey, I got a chance of suing this guy in court and taking everything from him. Then go ahead, brag on your channel about it. Go talk to your channel when the paperwork is there that you're basically going to sign it and we'll see us in court. Go ahead. All right then. Well, see you soon. I'll see you soon, Fernando. Real soon.